Alright guys, I wanted to get a little technical with you about the Chevy Traverse and the brake pads we're taking off versus what the OEM brake pads look like. So let me show you what this one manufacturer has done. And they've actually removed material. So you see this here? And then on the top, that's not done by a mechanic. In the old days, some guys, when I first started, showed me that if you add a little chamfer to the leading and trailing edge of the pad, it helps it to lessen the vibrations, and you'll see that from manufacturer to manufacturer. That all depends on the composition of the friction material, how it's bonded, the shim. There's a lot of moving pieces to a brake pad. A lot of people don't realize there is a difference in brake pad manufacturing from brake pad manufacturer. And what I do believe is that this brake pad is just not sufficient for this vehicle. And what do I mean by that? So this is the brake rotor stopping surface, and then this is the brake pad that's going on there. All right, so you have all this brake rotor contact area, and then look at the brake pad contact area. So what they machined away was actually stopping power for the brake pad. Now, times that by 2 brake pads, all right, so how much material is really missing from this brake pad for stopping power? We'll give it the whole contact area that they machined away, we're going to say is 100%. What they left behind is about 30% non-contact, all right? And in certain vehicles and certain driving habits, this brake pad is not sufficient enough. The brake pads that we put on have a full contact friction material with nothing cut out of it.
There as well as here.
Oh yeah. So I was explaining that why that these don't work for this customer in this application is very possible because of the composition of the friction material itself. Now some manufacturers say, well, we have a better stopping power friction material, therefore we can use
that for cooling,
to help cool the brake pad. But what happens is when this brake pad exceeds its limits by the use of the vehicle and the driver.
Yeah.
So we feel that this is exactly why the customer has been back twice, and I assure you they probably put the same stuff back on again, not realizing that it's actually really a product issue that doesn't jive well with the customer's vehicle's needs. And I don't want to get too far into that because there's a lot of moving pieces to what friction material will work, and the closest to OEM is what we try to do. So this is just some explanation on why that she was having problems with this specific brand on her car. And we do not use this product. This comes out of a Philly shop that's the reconditioned shop for a used car dealer here in opposite states. And every time that we see this and we have a noise complaint, all the products come off and we start over from scratch with products that we use that we don't have any issues with. So I'll give you a little explanation there. So friction material design, composition makes a big difference. And this may work in a different application. Say if Jude was driving this car, you may not have any issues with this pad, but
well, Grandma was taking it to the grocery store every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.